Hey YouTube, welcome to my Rainforest room and welcome back to another video. Thanks for joining me. So in today's video, we'll take a look at what's been going on and we'll try and do a repair job on my 20-gallon long aquarium, which has got a bit of a leak, and we need to address the filter issue. Now, it's enough of me waffling on because I think I'm going to be sick, but let's crack on with today's video. Hey and welcome back. So like I said, in today's video we're going to be looking at my 20-gallon long nano community tank. So in the last couple of videos I mentioned to you that we had a leak in the tank and we needed to try and address that, as well as the canister filter, the 207 canister filter in there had a leak. Now I contacted the pet store this morning, which I got it from, and they've arranged for me to go in over the weekend and get it looked at or replaced, so that's good news. So before we crack on today, I thought we'd take a look at a couple of little things before we crack on with today's video. So for those of you who've been following the last couple of videos, we set up the ADA 45P behind me with the twin star lights as well. So we have that coming up to be scaped. So if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. But also as well, the angelfish and discus aquariums, perhaps not looking, can I get it in the shot? It's not probably looking quite as nice as it was. As you can see, a lot of the plants have been ripped up, so I'm going to be having an order of plants for that, and we'll be trying to create a planted tank without substrate. And I picked up a new piece of bogwood the other day as well, which hopefully we can get covered. So that'll be coming up in a future video, so make sure you're subscribed. But generally everything's going on okay. How's Bertie doing? I think Bertie wants a bit of attention. Let's flip you around. Hey Bert! What are you doing? Yeah, but he's doing a lot better, and I'll be doing a full video on him very soon. His enclosure, I think that needs touching up a little bit. It's not looking as nice as it can be. But I don't think there's much else at the moment. There's plenty of videos coming up. We want to try and rescape some of the nano tanks, and I'm potentially going to upgrade another aquarium, potentially Bruce's tank. Say hi, Bruce. So he will be getting an ADA 30P aquarium, and I'll be getting new lighting, new filters, new plants, everything. So I'll be coming in the future, so make sure you don't miss out on that. But I think that's enough for me waffling on. Let's crack on and try and repair this tank. Okay, so this is the 20-gallon long nano fish community aquarium. Got there in the end. And as you might have known on the last video, so you can see the water levels dropped slightly. The tank's probably hasn't had as much maintenance as I'd like over the past couple of weeks, just because I had some issues with it. First of all, we had the leak, and then we had the canister filter leaking, so we've arranged to try and get that resolved now, and I'll be going down to the pet shop on Saturday, I think. Try and get that replaced, so I'll keep you up to date on what's going on with that. Now, for those of you who don't know this tank, so there's 15 Harlequin Raspora in here, 10 Galaxy Raspora, a handful of red cherry shrimp, and we've also got the 2 remaining pair of kittyfish in there, so the clown kittyfish. Now, this tank's probably been set up since February, January this year. I was really disappointed when the tank leaked. So today we're going to try and repair the leak. So you might be able to see this corner. So I think there's a little bit of a leak in the seal here, which is causing a slight drip, or is allowing it to collect water in the tray here, which then can potentially affect the stand. So really important we get that done, and obviously we can raise the water level. Now, you probably should empty the tank, remove the existing seal, silicone away, and then add some in. But because I don't want to rip this tank down, I want to try and repair it without having to do that. So if you are going to do something like this, just make sure that you know what you're doing. I'm going to drop the water level again and move the filter and the heater just so there's less pressure on the glass, because I'm going to need to take the top frame off in order to silicone it. But I'm hoping that we can get that done, so we'll drop the water level, make sure the area is completely dry. I might even dry with a hairdryer just to make sure. And then we'll leave the lid off so there's no condensation. I'll cover the plants so we can try and keep them alive while this is done. Now it needs curing for about 24 hours, but I'm probably going to leave it a little bit longer. I might leave it till it's Wednesday. I'm filming this today. So I'll probably leave it till Saturday, but I'll do this in a full video so you can see me doing it and the outcome, see if it's worked. So make sure you stick through to the end. But the first thing we need to do is just remove the filter. I need to move it so it's at a lower level and move the heater as well. We'll drop the level of the tank and then we'll take a look at resealing this. Okay, so we've managed to lower the water now, so hopefully there'll be less pressure now I've taken the rim of the tank off, so hopefully it won't be pushing out too much. So I might as well give this a good clean down now while this is off. It's a little bit dirty from where the seal and the water's been meeting. So we'll clean off that now, make sure the area is ready, and then we'll start the silicone. Okay, so now the glass is nice and clean and I've left it to dry, blast over with a hairdryer just to make sure there's no moisture in there. So I'm going to go ahead now and tape up some sides just to make sure that we seal it tidily. And then I'll come back to you. Okay, so we managed to see the aquarium, so fingers crossed that'll do it. So we'll give it 48, 36 hours to dry, so I'll probably try and refill this on Saturday. But the whole thing will be in this video, so make sure you stick through to the end. The only thing we need to do now before we leave it is I need to add some kitchen roll to the top of the plants or exposed and out of the water so they don't dry out. So if I just put some damp kitchen roll over the top, then they should stay alive for a couple of days and there shouldn't be too many issues rather. The main thing sticking out are really just the spike moss. There are a little bit of the narrow leaf Java ferns, but they should be okay. So we'll just go ahead and do that now and then I'll rejoin you. Okay, so we've managed to get it done. It's absolutely boiling in here. It's about 28 degrees, so sorry if I'm a bit shiny. But I'm glad that we got that done. It was a bit easier than I thought. You can sort of see the tank there. Obviously, we've had to leave the tank open because I don't want to have any condensation, to have any damp on the tank. And hopefully now the silicone will seal properly. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, that this is not guaranteed to work. I just wanted to try it before we actually take the scape down and redo it because we haven't long done this scape and it's one of my favorite tanks. So I'm hoping this will work, so fingers crossed. So I'm going to leave this now for probably 3 days, just make sure it cures properly. Now make sure to open the window because if you're using silicone, you just need to make sure it's ventilated because of the fumes. But I think that's enough time spent on this tank today. It's absolutely boiling in here and it's sunny outside, so I might go and make the most of that. But I've enjoyed getting this tank done now. It was a bit of a nightmare. I was starting to put it off a little bit because I was getting a bit demotivated by it. But now we've hopefully got it sorted, we can plow on and try and get it scape back to the way it was. Hey YouTube, welcome back. So it's been over 36 hours I think. So as you've already seen, we've obviously tried to repair this tank. So we siliconed the seal, So like I mentioned before, it might not work. Typically you probably need to remove the existing silicone and try and add a new seal in there, but I didn't want to rip this tank apart and take the scape down because we haven't long set it up. So now is for the moment of truth. So let's take a look at this tank and we'll make a start. Okay, so here she is. So as you can see, the water level's still at halfway, and obviously still got the paper towels on the top, and that was keeping the plants alive. So we'll take those off in a second and hopefully that's worked. So the seal we repaired is on this corner, so I'm hoping now that when we raise the water level, because I believe the leak was probably not far from the top, so when I was filling the tank so you couldn't see the water level, that's where it was leaking. So I'm hoping now that we'll fill it up and we won't have that issue. So let's go ahead and make a start. Okay, so welcome back. So like you've seen, the tank is now full. So fingers crossed that will hold. So far I've run my finger around the seal and doesn't seem to be any moisture or any water at all. So I'm hoping that'll be the case. But in the past when it did start to leak, it was just a very minor leak. So it's hard to even spot. So I'll keep an eye on this over time and I'll keep you updated on this tank. But the best thing is one of my favorite tanks in this room is finally in a position where we can start to carry on with the progression of this scape. So as you can see, the moss is overgrown, there's probably algae everywhere, and we haven't taken a proper look at this tank for a while. So we'll try and get it back to its former glory and carry on trying to make this tank look even better. There's a few odd things I want to do, just a little bit of detail, maybe add some more plants. Obviously we've still got some planted substrate in the back of this tank with no root plants or stem plants. That might be a good idea and that might help with the algae in the future, but obviously we'll take a look at that in another video. But as always, another job off the list, and there's still plenty to be done. So if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. If you're a regular viewer to this channel, if you do me a massive favor and give me a thumbs up and just drop me a comment just to show YouTube you're enjoying this sort of content, and allows me to make more videos like these. I don't know how things are where you are at the moment, but here we've been declared on lockdown for a further 3 weeks minimum, so I'm sure we can keep ourselves busy and there'll be plenty more content to come. But as always, if you're interested in what's going on in this room or with any of the enclosures or animals or even me, then go ahead and check out my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, whatever you fancy. I'll leave all the links down in the description. I do update on there pretty much every day. So if there is anything else going on, that's the best place to check it out. But like I said, I'm really pleased with the way this has turned out now. I'm hoping that this will hold and we can carry on like I said. But I'll keep you up to date as always. But I think that's enough from me for today. And a massive thanks for stopping by and checking out my video, and I'll see you next time.